Welcome back to Open. Through their many workshops, FourSight Collective has helped many students prepare for college and better futures. Joining us to talk more about the organization, please join me in welcoming FourSight Collective CEO Eric Castro. Nice to have you with us, sir.
Thank you.
And the CFO is Anna Isakulian. Nice to have you, Anna. Eric, let's start with you. FourSight Collective, if I were to ask people what's one of the biggest problems in the Bronx right now, they would immediately say, we got to get our young people squared away. We got to get them into college and get them into careers. Talk to me about what you're doing at FourSight Collective.
Well, I like to start with the idea first. And the idea is the eye can't see what the mind doesn't know. And a little bit of the right information can take you a long way. So what we try to do is teach tangible skills to students that they wouldn't receive during their high school career or even their college career, such as public speaking, presentation skills, soft skills that are necessary for political dexterity and how to operate in a business.
How do you find this, you use the word students, the young people who are going to be part of it? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? It's a difficult thing, almost like the last segment we talked about. How do you reach people who need care? How do you reach young people who need services?
Well, there's two things I do. I establish a satellite site, which is a college chapter, and I do client relations. So I assess the needs of the schools, and based upon their needs, we'll design workshops for them. To execute those workshops, we train college students to work with the high school students.
Oh, so it's almost like peer-to-peer, which is incredibly valuable.
Peer accountability, almost like a synergy. As the college students help the high school students, the college students receive something in the process as well through giving back and through helping others.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned you get them through schools. These are high schools that you get them through?
Correct.
Or even colleges?
Well, we train both the college students to execute the services, and we work with the high school students.
Mm-hmm. About how many young people do you work with in total right now?
Last semester in the spring, we impacted about 500 students.
Wow, isn't that wonderful? And what happens to them? Like the goal is to get them in college or through college. And do you track them? I mean, just give me. Well, I'm looking for the end result, I guess. Is what I'm hoping is I got 500 new young people into the workforce.
Well, to talk about our end horizon, I think Anna can take
control
on that.
All right, Anna, let's talk about that aspect of it.
So our end horizon for students is we want them to become analytical thinkers, creative problem solvers. We want them to gain social intelligence, and we want them to apply all those skills in the workplace. So our ultimate goal is to pair the students with companies that will hire them as interns or as apprentices. We're developing the program where we will be able to pair them with corporations, startups, and companies that are interested in gaining access to this population.
What's the process to get them from point A to point B? It's very easy to say, okay, we'll get them and then we'll get them, to be qualified. But many of our young people, and what Eric said, which we'd have to agree with, they're missing the soft skills. They don't know how to present themselves. They don't know how to sit in a business office. How do you get them from point A to point B?
We are developing a very extensive program that has workshops, one-on-one follow-up sessions, and experiences that students will have throughout the program. And in the development of this program, we involve professors, we involve high school teachers, and different experts in the field.
You're taking the word collective seriously, because it's not only some individuals or you or Eric working together, but it sounds like we talk about it all the time. It takes a village. We're bringing in as many resources as we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. As individuals, we can accomplish, but as a collective, we can accomplish much more. And the main thing we teach students, despite the technical skills or whatever topic we're doing, it's perspective. Because there's two ways to look at the world: eyesight and mindsight. Eyesight is judging according to appearances, based upon what you see. Mindsight is how you interpret what you see, looking beyond circumstances.
And how people come across and all those kinds of things.
Exactly.
In terms of putting it together, maybe this is really a question for Anna. It's a not-for-profit. Who pays for it? How do you raise funds? Is it do you work off grants? I mean, if it's a good program, and we'd like to think it is, we want to keep it going. How do you sustain it financially?
We are a 501c3 nonprofit.
Right.
So ultimately, nonprofits receive a lot of their donations from foundations. Right now, we are working mostly with individuals who give us money to run our program.
So it's individually and individual funded.
Yes.
But 500 young people is a lot of people, to keep going. And you have a large staff. You are building the staff. I mean, characterize kind of the size of the operation and the scope of the operation.
So our satellite site has 30 students right now, and we are looking to increase the number to 50.
Right.
As for our corporate staff, so to say, there are 5 people, and we're also looking to increase the number as well. So right now we do this work because
Right.
we really care about it. We don't.
Clearly,
Yes.
clearly. You just
And
have to sit and chat with you for 2 seconds. You can find out that you really care about it.
And we want to attract people who also deeply care about this cause, and they want to contribute to it with their time, their dedication, and their resources.
Why do you care about it so much?
Well, I'm from Moscow, and I came here as an international student.
And when was that?
That was 3 years ago,
Okay.
and I actually got recruited on campus by Eric.
And the campus was Manhattan College?
Yes.
You had mentioned to me beforehand? Yeah.
And the first time I sat on the round table during the workshop, and I spoke to the students who came, and I realized that there is a lot of work that needs to be done. And despite all the nonprofits out there, and I realized that I have the potential to do something as well. And FourSight really changed me. When I first came in contact with it, I lacked a lot of social skills. I lacked self-confidence, and FourSight really became a platform for me to develop myself. And in that, I really find a lot of motivation to help others.
Clearly, it comes right through everything you're saying. I'm just curious, because I was not aware that you had recently come from Russia. It must be fascinating for you to be here in America, to see this, to be part of this, and to be able to tap into, frankly, the opportunity that maybe Americans take for granted, right? And it must be incredibly inspiring.
Well, when I came here, I saw the United States was a perfect country, that everything here
Boy, I
was
wish that were true.
And I realized that a lot of work needs to be done, and I want to be the person.
Wow, isn't that a wonderful thing? Just to make a political statement, we talk about our immigrants all the time, but this is somebody who comes from another place who's clearly energizing what we do here. Eric, let's, from the same personal perspective, why is it so important to you to do this and work with young people?
I believe the world could be a very dark place if you let it be. And if you have the ability to be responsible and you're not responsible, when the bad things start happening, they happen because of you. And so if there's one word to sum up why I do this, it's responsibility. I believe that to whom much is given, much more is required.
Talk to me about how the program works. So somebody says, okay, I want to be part of this. Do they come in for classes? Do they meet with individuals? How much time do they spend? Give me the scope of kind of the operation and what it feels like for a person who's coming in to take the program.
What FourSight tries to be is their motorboat to their rowboat, their escalator to their stairs. We work with students that we have partnerships with their schools. So, for example, we partner with Discovery High School, which is right around the corner. And if you're a student at Discovery High School, you can attend our workshops. And all of our workshops are done on college campuses because we want to create that campus exposure. Last semester, 71% of the students we worked with had never been to college before. So it was a new experience for them.
And then you put them on a college campus and they begin to say, much like Anna did in a different way, opportunity. If I'm going to succeed here, I'm going to have to raise my game. I'm going to have to behave a different way. I'm going to have to talk a different way. And then do they sit in class with you? Do you kind of follow them around? Do they come in with their report card and you see their grades? How does that work?
So we actually prohibit auditorium settings or classroom settings for our workshops. We actually do round tables, just like this. We found it much more effective, much more relatable to talk to people. That interpersonal dialogue comes about better in the round table. So I started this when I was 17, and I found that classrooms people tend to be back, disengaged.
Yeah, they also have a method for not participating.
Precisely.
In other words, that's been ingrained for their years in school. Yeah. Anna, what's been most inspiring for you about being part of this? And you can even talk about anecdote about a young man or woman that you met.
I met a young man who told me I'm a student in accounting, and he told me that he also wants to study accounting. And I was very surprised because I haven't met many people who are that young and
Right,
say they
right.
want to study that. And we sat down and talked about different options that are available in the field, and he kept on coming back to the same workshop, actually, the same seminar. It was a college awareness seminar, and I was, as we were talking more and more, I realized that he felt like there was something that he wants to be a part of.
He was as compelled as you are, so to speak.
Yes.
So that's a wonderful thing to know that you inspired somebody. Listen, we're out of time. How do people get in touch with the FourSight Collective?
Go to our Facebook, FourSight Collective, go to our website, foursightcollective.org.
Yeah, they're putting that information on the screen for you. So
Send us an email and we'll respond within 12 hours.
yeah, listen, do that, folks, okay? You know, we got to get our young people squared away and situated, and opportunities are there. You guys are bringing it to them. Eric Castro and Anna Isakulian, both thank you so much for being on Open this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Great.
Thank you.
We will take a break. We'll be right back with more right after this.